didn't want to be called Jessica against my dad's wishes. And then I came into myself and found myself and turned 50 and had teenagers that took notes. And somebody called for you, Mom. Okay. Who? Well, it's Angie. Well, I know about 3 Angies, so which one? So anyways, I changed it and said Jessica Ann. That meant it was business and I had to return it right away. Whereas if it was a neighbor or friend, I could call back any other time. Can you all do this with me? Just take a deep breath.
Yes. You got this.
You got this.
You got this.
I almost emailed Gord this morning and said, can't do this.
Yes, you can.
And to follow Mark is quite unique, because 3 times suicide almost met me at the door. And tonight, I'm here with my husband of 35 years. So if there's one person in this room that's sitting here having a panic attack, an anxiety attack, or depression, wondering how you made it here, because I used to travel by bus and I couldn't walk 14 blocks to go to my therapist. And when you got there, how's your meds? How are you? How was your week? Been there, Mark. I had a panic attack this winter from January to June. I shut down. I had anxiety. I had a different type of my illness of seasonal affective disorder. I've suffered for 25 years with therapy. And this one caught me unexpectedly. I was on top of the world. It was going great, empty nesting, kids out of the house, onto a new adventure, our cottage up in Parry Sound. And the number on the office door said 21 months. That's 21 months that my husband's giving notice to retire. But I didn't know that. I just saw the number that said magic 21. It's now 18. And I just was informed this weekend, walking and creating a wonderful memory with him and unplugging from everything, that next summer is our last summer in our downsized home. And then we'll be giving notice and putting it up for sale. More panic. Because I have stuff. Stuff that undermines family fun. I have chaos that if the phone rang and you came to my house, except for Monday night this week, can't have anyone over syndrome, because you got to pack all those boxes and all that stuff that's all lying around in piles and hide it so that you can put on a good face and open your door and invite your friends in. I have friends here tonight too. That's wonderful. So in 1989, we had a 2-year-old. I was working, temp secretary, feeling great, Toronto, young and blur. I took my lunch hour. All of a sudden, I'm at the lights. One of me is crossing over the road, and the other one's standing here watching me. I'd split myself in 2. I went crazy. I didn't know what it was. I went to the hospital emergency room and ended up on the psych ward. And that was baby step 1, but I didn't know it at the time. Mental illness, sad, anxiety, depression, whatever. All because of a horrible stepfather. And then I went on and had 2 more daughters. So we have 3 daughters that are 32, 26, and 24, and wonderful. And empty nesting is wonderful. Retirement is wonderful. Do I worry? Oh yeah, I worry. Can I get up tomorrow morning without a panic attack? Can I stop taking my pills? No, you have to take lithium forever. Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do whatever? The best part I did in the last 2 weeks, after having some wonderful healing people, and one is here tonight at the back, Taylor Jane, and another one, Annette. I'm going the holistic, healthy, wealthy way, and I dropped my therapist after 15, 20 years this week, and I'm scared shitless, and so is the husband. The flying part in 1999 was a friend on the computer for weight loss, but she said, how are you doing? How's your house? How's this? How's that? How's depression? You need to join Flylady and become a fly baby, and then a fly tot, and now a fly adult. And it's finally loving yourself. Well, it took me years to figure out how to love myself because I had those words. And I had that negativity. Where's the storyteller? I had all of that from the stepfather. And then I had a mother that didn't believe in me either. And then I had sisters that were jealous because I ended up on the psych ward. How could you do that? But my doctor won't do that. You never, ever want to wish that you're on the psych ward. No. The people that you meet there are really strange. Somehow I was able to get my license at 35 instead of 16. At 16, I ran out with my girlfriend and we got our beginners and we were so happy. But she didn't have a car. I had a car, but the stepdad that said, no, you can't drive. So I waited. And in New Jersey, I got my license secretively and I came home and I said, let's go for a ride, guys. Husband and 3 children. No, you don't drive. Oh, yes, I do. I did it undercover. Hired a babysitter, got my lessons, got my road test, and I'm Superwoman. Some days throughout all of this, no longer hell, some days out of all of this experience, I was claustrophobic and didn't want to go out of the house. You couldn't get me out of the bed. You couldn't get me to do anything. And other days, I was agoraphobia and ran out of the house so fast. Get your chores done, get your bed made, get your kids taken care of and everything in order. And then you can run as fast as you can. Where are you going to run? I don't know. In Toronto, it was down to the lake shore. And then it was a beautiful park. And then I remembered all my resources. And having God in my life since I was 7, on a little log, camp that a church lady sponsored, a couple sponsored us, and we got to go. Mom was on mother's allowance, so we had a tough life for quite some time. So after several therapy sessions and therapists over the years, and a great big thing, I could never get happy. I could never fall in love with myself. I could never fly. Husband told me a couple of years, I should say, or more, can't make you happy, you have to make yourself happy. I didn't know what that was until recently. And it stung when he said that. And then I had a few breakthroughs with therapy. And then I partied. You know what it's like to party when your abuser dies? You go to his funeral and you're singing and you're dancing, the bad Christian girl. And people are looking at you like, what? You don't know my story. Did you ever look at me when I was sad and crying? Did you ever hear me on my mother's wedding say, let's not have them get married? Did you ever see this little girl all curled up in a ball, just wanting to be loved? And then I met my husband, was put there really weird and strange, and he thought this crazy city girl, and he's a country boy. And anyways, we're together, and now we're gonna enjoy Perry Sound. So I found myself, and I found what makes me happy, and what it is serving others, setting goals, smiling, and being myself. Like it or leave it, that's me. So tonight I stand here, free to let it go again, because I told my story 2 years ago with Jenna Benedict at MoMondays in F.L.Y, and then I had a couple relapses. And I can, after 25 years, I'm flying again to new adventures with my husband and empty nesting. And we have a daughter coming home to discuss wedding plans in November. We have my mother celebrating her 90th birthday, and we have orders of what we're doing for the next 3 months. Daily. We just had a conversation on Facebook, 3 of us sisters doing the photographer bit yesterday and stuff. So I have lots to celebrate and lots to live for, and I always did. And somehow the power within me got it, but I still need hugs all the time.